Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we're diving deep into the world of photovoltaics.
Yeah.
You want to know how solar panels work,
Uh-huh.
what the latest innovations are, and where the future of solar energy is headed?
That's right.
Well, we've got a stack of sources here, basic explanations, scientific papers, industry trends,
All of it.
and we're going to break it all down for you.
In a way that's clear and engaging.
That's the goal.
So to start,
Yeah.
at the core of all of this is the photovoltaic effect,
The photovoltaic effect.
which is the process of turning sunlight directly into electricity.
It does sound a bit like magic.
Yeah, it does.
But it's real science.
It is.
And it's been around longer than you might think.
It has been. In 1839, Alexandre Edmond Becquerel, a French physicist, was experimenting with electrolytes and metal electrodes when he noticed something strange. He found that when exposed to light, his setup produced a small electric current.
Interesting.
That was the first observation of the photovoltaic effect.
That must have been an incredible moment.
Imagine seeing that for the first time
Yeah, just a little spark of electricity.
and realizing
Yeah.
the possibilities.
Yeah, so this photovoltaic effect is the foundation of all solar energy technology.
Absolutely. And to understand it better,
Yeah.
we need to delve into the materials that make it all possible.
Okay, so let's talk materials. Silicon is the material we typically associate with solar panels, right?
That's right. Silicon is the most common material used in solar cells. That's because it's abundant, effective at creating that photovoltaic effect, and relatively stable.
Okay.
But there are different types of silicon used, and they have different pros and cons.
Oh, so there's more to silicon than meets the eye.
There is.
What are the key differences we should know about?
Well, there's monocrystalline silicon, which is highly efficient, but also the most expensive to produce because it requires creating large single crystals.
Okay.
And then there's polycrystalline silicon, made from fusing smaller silicon crystals together, making it more affordable, but slightly less efficient.
So it's a trade-off between cost and efficiency.
Exactly.
Now, creating those silicon crystals, it sounds incredibly complex.
It is, especially for monocrystalline silicon. It involves a technique called the Czochralski process.
Wow, the Czochralski process.
To get it right, you pull a silicon crystal seed from molten silicon, carefully controlling the temperature, the pulling speed, and the rotation to create a single crystal with minimal defects, which is essential for high efficiency.
It sounds like a delicate dance of heat and precision.
Very much so.
So silicon is clearly the dominant material right now.
Yeah.
But I know researchers are always on the lookout for new and improved materials.
That's right. There's a lot of research and development
Oh, yeah.
focused on materials that could potentially outperform silicon in certain areas.
Right.
One of the most exciting is thin film technology.
Thin film technology, what makes that different?
Thin film solar cells utilize extremely thin layers of photovoltaic material
Okay.
applied to a substrate, such as glass or plastic.
Hmm.
And they're flexible.
Oh.
They're lightweight, and they can even be semi-transparent.
Interesting.
This opens up possibilities for integrating them into building materials.
Like solar windows, like a whole building powered by windows.
Potentially, yes.
That's credible.
But of course, there's a catch.
There's always a catch, right? What is it?
Well, right now, their efficiency is lower than traditional silicon cells.
Okay.
However, with continued research, that gap is steadily closing.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
What are some of the other contenders in this race for the next generation of solar materials?
Well, organic photovoltaics, or OPVs, are showing promise.
Okay.
These use carbon-based materials, similar to those found in plastics.
Interesting.
And they hold the potential to be flexible and very inexpensive to manufacture.
That's great.
And then there's the rising star,
Oh.
perovskite solar cells.
Perovskites. I've heard that name buzzing around.
It's a hot topic.
What's so special about them?
Well, perovskites have a unique crystal structure that makes them incredibly efficient at converting sunlight to electricity.
Okay.
And they could achieve even higher efficiencies than silicon
Wow.
at a much lower cost.
High efficiency and low cost. Sounds like a winning combination.
It does?
What's the holdup?
Well, there's a challenge with their long-term stability, but researchers are diligently working to overcome that hurdle.
Okay, it's good they're working on that.
They are.
It's exciting to see so many different approaches being explored.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the verge of a solar revolution.
It does feel that way. And scientists are getting very creative.
Yeah.
They're exploring combinations of materials to enhance efficiency, like tandem solar cells.
Tandem solar cells. Tell me more about them.
They stack multiple layers of different photovoltaic materials.
Oh,
Each layer has a different band gap, meaning it absorbs different wavelengths of light,
I see.
so they can capture more of the sun's energy.
Okay.
Think of it as a multi-layered net, catching all those energy-rich photons.
So it's like building a solar cell super team.
You could say that?
Are there specific material combinations showing real promise?
Yes. Perovskite silicon tandems are generating a lot of excitement. They have the potential to surpass the efficiency limit of single-junction solar cells.
Wow, that's incredible.
Imagine exceeding 30% efficiency.
30%, that's a big jump.
It is. It's a significant leap from the typical 20–25% efficiency of current solar panels.
Wow, exceeding 30% efficiency would be a game changer.
It would.
That means we could generate significantly more power from the same area.
Exactly.
Are there any real-world examples showcasing how far solar technology has already come?
There are. The Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Solar Park in Dubai is a massive project that illustrates the scalability of this technology. Their aim is to reach a capacity of 5,000 megawatts.
Wow, 5,000 megawatts.
Enough to power millions of homes.
That's incredible.
It is.
It's inspiring to see these large-scale projects leading the way. There's another material that keeps popping up, graphene. What's its role in the world of photovoltaics?
Graphene is an amazing material. Just a single layer of carbon atoms possesses remarkable properties, superior conductivity, incredible strength, and it's transparent.
Wow. Sounds almost too good to be true.
It's a remarkable material.
How does graphene contribute to solar cells?
Well, it can play a variety of roles.
Okay.
It can replace expensive or less efficient materials in electrodes, improving conductivity and light transmission. It can also be used in electron transport layers, helping to move those excited electrons through the solar cell more efficiently.
Okay.
Imagine it as a microscopic highway for electrons, allowing them to travel effortlessly.
I love that visual. And graphene could potentially make solar cells more affordable as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could potentially replace expensive materials like indium tin oxide. And it's incredibly thin, reducing the amount of material needed, which helps lower costs.
It seems like graphene could be a game changer for solar technology.
It has a lot of potential.
It's incredible to see all these advancements, but it's crucial to consider the environmental impact of solar energy as well.
Absolutely. We need to look at the entire life cycle of solar panels, the materials, the manufacturing processes, and ultimately their disposal to ensure we have a genuinely sustainable solution.
So let's dive into the environmental considerations of photovoltaic materials. What are some of the key factors we should be aware of?
Well, manufacturing solar panels requires energy. And while solar energy itself is clean, the production processes for certain materials, particularly silicon, can be energy intensive. But researchers are working to make those processes more efficient and environmentally friendly.
So it's all about minimizing that environmental footprint, right? What about recycling? Can solar panels be recycled at the end of their lifespan?
Recyclability is crucial.
Yeah.
Silicon-based panels have a relatively straightforward recycling process. However, thin film and perovskite cells often contain complex materials. That can be difficult and expensive to recycle.
It's important to consider the specifics of the materials and the recycling infrastructure.
It is.
Are there any environmental concerns associated with certain types of solar cells?
Some thin film technologies incorporate materials like cadmium telluride, which contains cadmium, a toxic heavy metal. So responsible sourcing, manufacturing, and recycling are essential to minimize those potential risks.
It's good to acknowledge that no technology is perfect.
That's true.
We need to be aware of the potential downsides as we transition toward these renewable energy sources.
Yeah, it's important to be realistic.
So with that in mind, what does the future hold for photovoltaics?
Well, I think the future of photovoltaics is incredibly promising.
Yeah.
We're seeing advancements in materials, science, manufacturing, and system integration that are pushing the boundaries.
That's great.
Imagine solar cells integrated into buildings, clothing, and even vehicles.
A world powered by the sun? That's a powerful image.
It is.
What are some of the research directions that you find most exciting?
Well, researchers are working to achieve even higher efficiencies in perovskite solar cells. They're exploring new compositions and encapsulation techniques to address those stability challenges to make them commercially viable.
So making those super efficient perovskites last longer.
Exactly.
That's excellent news. What else is happening on the research frontier?
Well, artificial intelligence and machine learning are being used
interesting.
to optimize solar energy systems.
Okay.
Imagine a virtual solar expert constantly monitoring and adjusting your system to maximize energy output.
It sounds like AI and solar energy are a perfect match.
They complement each other very well.
What other advancements in manufacturing are making a significant impact?
We're seeing a shift towards more scalable and cost-effective manufacturing techniques, like slot die coating.
Oh.
It's a high-throughput process that can deposit thin layers of material over large areas very quickly and efficiently, opening up the possibility of mass-producing low-cost solar cells.
So making solar energy more accessible and affordable.
Exactly.
We also need to consider the role of governments and incentives, right?
Absolutely. Government policies and incentives can significantly impact the growth of the solar industry.
Okay.
Many countries offer tax credits, subsidies, or feed-in tariffs to make solar energy more financially attractive.
Those incentives can definitely tip the scales, especially given the upfront cost of installing solar panels. What's the overall trend in solar energy costs?
Well, the cost of solar energy has been decreasing dramatically in recent years.
Oh, wow.
Making it increasingly competitive with fossil fuels. Advancements in manufacturing and economies of scale are driving this trend.
Okay.
And in many parts of the world, solar energy is already the cheapest source of electricity.
That's incredibly encouraging. It seems solar energy is poised to play a major role in the global energy transition. What are the biggest opportunities for innovation in the coming years?
Well, research and development are key. We need to continue exploring new materials, improving efficiency, and making solar energy even more sustainable and versatile.
Okay.
Imagine solar cells integrated into everything, from windows and fabrics to roadways.
A vision of a world powered by clean, abundant solar energy.
It's a vision worth pursuing.
What key takeaways should listeners who are considering incorporating solar energy into their lives keep in mind?
Well, photovoltaics is a rapidly evolving field with huge potential.
Yeah.
We've seen a remarkable progress, and the future looks even brighter. As technology advances, we can anticipate even higher efficiency, lower costs, and more creative applications for solar energy.
What practical advice would you give listeners who are thinking about going solar?
I would say do your research. Learn about the different types of solar panels.
Okay.
Assess your energy needs and consider factors like your roof orientation and local climate.
Yeah, those are all important factors.
There are many online resources and solar installers who can help you navigate the process.
Excellent advice. Don't hesitate to ask questions and explore your options.
That's right.
To wrap up our deep dive into the world of photovoltaics, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question. If solar energy could be seamlessly integrated into every aspect of our lives, how would that change the world?
It's a powerful question.
It is.
And one worth pondering. The potential of solar energy is vast.
Yeah.
As we continue to innovate and push the boundaries of this technology,
Wow.
we have the opportunity to create a sustainable and energy-abundant future for generations to come.
We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity about the incredible world of photovoltaics. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll explore even more fascinating details about this amazing technology. Until then, keep those minds curious and those solar panels shining.
And keep exploring.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of photovoltaics.
It's great to be back.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
From the basics of turning sunlight into electricity to the various types of solar cells, from the well-established silicon to the promising perovskites.
Those are exciting.
And we can't forget about those environmental considerations.
Of course.
The importance of responsible manufacturing and recycling.
Absolutely.
And the potential of graphene.
Yeah, graphene's amazing.
We left off talking about the future of photovoltaics and perovskites.
Yeah.
They offer incredible potential for efficiency.
I do.
But stability has been a challenge.
That's right.
What are researchers doing to address that?
Well, they're working on several fronts.
Okay.
One approach uses what are called passivating agents.
Passivating agents.
These are molecules that coat the perovskite material and protect it from moisture and oxygen,
Interesting.
which are the primary causes of degradation.
So it's like giving them a protective shield.
Exactly.
Are there specific types of passivating agents that are showing promise?
Ionic liquids are emerging as a strong contender.
Ionic liquids.
They're salts in liquid form, and they create a very effective barrier against those damaging moisture and oxygen molecules.
Interesting. So protecting it from the elements.
Yeah.
strengthening it from within.
Right.
It's a two-pronged defense strategy.
Precisely.
And it's not just about safeguarding the perovskite layer itself.
Right.
Researchers are also exploring ways to improve the stability of the entire solar cell structure,
That's right.
including the electrodes and charge transport layers,
All the components.
building a fortress for solar energy.
Exactly.
We also touched on advancements in manufacturing last time.
Yeah.
Can we delve a little deeper into those high-tech production methods that are helping to bring down costs and scale up production?
Of course.
One technique I remember you mentioning is slot die coating.
Yes. Slot die coating is becoming increasingly popular.
Picture a precise nozzle,
Yeah.
depositing a thin, even layer of material onto a moving substrate.
It's like a high-tech printing press for solar cells.
That's a great analogy.
It's a very efficient process
Okay.
for creating large area solar cells,
Mm.
which reduces manufacturing costs and makes mass production more feasible.
Interesting.
Another interesting technique is co-thermal evaporation.
Co-thermal evaporation.
This involves simultaneously evaporating different materials and then depositing them onto a substrate
Okay.
in precise layers.
A carefully choreographed dance of molecules.
You could say that.
It allows for very precise control over the composition and thickness of the layers,
Exactly.
which is crucial for optimizing solar cell performance.
It is.
Precision engineering at the molecular level.
That's what it is.
We also briefly discussed artificial intelligence
Yes.
and those super smart systems you mentioned.
AI is becoming increasingly vital
Okay.
in optimizing solar energy systems.
Hmm.
You can think of it as a virtual solar expert,
Like a solar whisperer.
constantly monitoring and adjusting your system
Okay.
to extract every bit of energy possible.
How does AI actually work in this context? What kind of data does it analyze?
Well, AI algorithms analyze a vast amount of data
Okay.
from sources like weather sensors, solar panel performance trackers, and even energy consumption patterns. This data helps predict future energy generation and demand,
Okay.
allowing for real-time adjustments
Okay.
to things like panel angles, battery charging and discharging, and even energy distribution within a building.
So it's like having a solar conductor,
Yeah.
orchestrating a symphony of energy.
A perfect analogy.
What are some specific examples of how AI is being used to make solar systems smarter?
Some systems use AI to detect and diagnose potential problems with solar panels,
Okay.
such as shading or damage,
Hmm.
before they become major issues.
That's helpful.
This predictive maintenance can save a lot of time and money.
Okay.
Other systems use AI to determine the best times to charge batteries,
Interesting.
based on factors like weather forecasts and energy prices,
Okay.
ensuring a reliable supply of clean energy even when the sun isn't shining.
So it's like a solar doctor and energy manager all rolled into one.
That's a good way to put it.
It's incredible to see how these technologies are converging
Yeah.
to create a more efficient and resilient energy future.
It's an exciting time.
But innovation isn't limited to labs and research centers.
No, not all.
Governments and policymakers play a crucial role in accelerating the adoption of solar energy.
Absolutely.
Policies like feed-in tariffs, which guarantee payments for renewable energy fed into the grid,
Right.
have been instrumental in the growth of solar power in many countries.
They have been very effective.
Incentives like that can make a real difference.
They can.
What other policy measures are supporting the transition to a solar-powered future?
Net metering policies allow homeowners to sell excess solar energy back to the grid.
Okay.
This creates a win-win for individuals and the grid, promoting clean energy and reducing reliance on fossil fuels.
Creating a supportive ecosystem for solar energy to thrive.
That's the goal.
Are there any countries or regions leading the way in terms of solar-friendly policies?
Well, Germany has been a pioneer in solar energy,
Okay.
largely due to its early and ambitious feed-in tariff program. China is also a dominant force in the global solar market, both as a manufacturer and a consumer of solar technology.
It's inspiring to see these commitments to renewable energy on a large scale.
It is.
We're also seeing a rise in cities and communities embracing solar, aren't we?
Definitely. There's a surge in community solar projects
Okay.
where groups of individuals or businesses pool resources to invest in shared solar installations.
That's interesting.
This allows people who may not have suitable roofs for solar panels to still benefit from clean energy.
It's like a solar co-op,
Yeah.
democratizing access to renewable energy.
Exactly.
But as we celebrate the progress,
Uh-huh.
we need to acknowledge the challenges that still need to be addressed.
Of course.
What are some of the key hurdles we need to overcome to fully unlock the potential of solar energy?
One of the biggest challenges is intermittency.
Intermittent.
Solar energy production fluctuates depending on the availability of sunlight.
Right.
So we need to find efficient and reliable ways to store solar energy
Okay.
so that it can be used even when the sun isn't shining.
Energy storage is definitely a key piece of the puzzle.
It is.
What are some of the most promising technologies in that area?
Well, lithium-ion batteries are currently the dominant technology for energy storage.
Okay.
But researchers are exploring alternatives, like flow batteries and solid-state batteries.
Interesting.
These technologies could offer even greater capacity, longer lifespans, and improved safety.
So it seems like battery technology is a rapidly evolving field as well.
It is, very much so.
What are some of the social and economic implications of a large-scale shift to solar energy?
That's a great question.
It's a big one.
It is. As we transition to a more decentralized energy system,
Yeah.
we need to ensure equitable access to the benefits of solar energy, regardless of income or location.
That's important.
We also need to consider the impact on the workforce and create opportunities for new jobs and skills training in the renewable energy sector.
Building a just and sustainable energy future for everyone.
Exactly.
It's a complex challenge,
It is.
but it seems like we're moving in the right direction.
I think so too.
What's next in our exploration of photovoltaics?
Next, we'll step into the future
Okay.
and look at some of the most exciting applications of photovoltaic materials.
Oh, cool.
From solar-powered buildings and clothes to the potential of solar energy in transportation and space exploration.
I can't wait to dive into those applications.
This should be fascinating.
Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive into the amazing world of photovoltaics. Welcome back to the deep dive for the final part of our exploration into the world of photovoltaic materials.
We've come a long way.
We have from the basic science of photovoltaics to the cutting-edge research and the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
A lot to cover.
We've talked silicon perovskites, graphene tandem solar cells, AI-powered systems, the whole solar spectrum.
The whole ship
Now it's time to look ahead and step into the future
to the future.
to explore some of the most exciting applications of photovoltaics, both those already in use and those just over the horizon.
That's right.
You mentioned solar-powered buildings and clothing in earlier parts.
I did.
They sound like game changers.
Yeah, they really are transforming how we think about solar energy.
Can you give us more detail about how photovoltaics is transforming our lives,
Absolutely.
our work, and even travel?
Okay, so one area that's rapidly gaining traction is building integrated photovoltaics, or BIPV.
BIPV.
This is where solar cells are incorporated directly into building materials like windows, roof tiles, and facades.
So instead of bulky panels mounted on rooftops, we're talking about buildings that are themselves power generators.
Exactly. BIPV seamlessly integrates solar energy into the building design, enhancing both aesthetics and functionality.
Yeah.
Imagine walking down a street where every building contributes to a clean energy grid.
That's a vision of the future I can get behind.
It's pretty amazing.
What types of materials are used in BIPV? Is it mainly traditional silicon
Whoa.
or those newer technologies like perovskites?
It's a mix. Traditional silicon is still widely used, especially for roof tiles.
Okay.
But we're also seeing a lot of innovation with thin film technologies like copper indium gallium selenide or CIGS, which can be made semi-transparent and flexible.
So we could have solar windows that let in light while also generating electricity.
Yes. And it's not just windows. Researchers are developing solar shingles that look just like regular asphalt shingles,
Oh, wow.
but have solar cells integrated within them. And we're also seeing solar facades that can be incorporated into new buildings or retrofitted onto existing ones.
It sounds like BIPV is revolutionizing solar energy.
It's a game changer for sure.
We've also talked about solar-powered clothing.
We have.
Is that science fiction, or is it something we might actually see in our closets soon?
It's closer to reality than you might think. Researchers are experimenting with weaving flexible solar cells into fabrics, creating clothing that can power devices on the go.
Imagine a jacket that charges your phone while you're hiking or camping.
Exactly.
That would be incredible.
And it's not just about practicality. Imagine fashion designers incorporating solar cells into their creations,
Okay.
turning clothing into wearable art that also generates clean energy.
Style and sustainability.
The perfect combination.
That's a powerful combination. Speaking of getting around, how is photovoltaics changing transportation?
Electric vehicles, or EVs, are already transforming the automotive industry.
Yeah.
And solar energy is playing a role in making them even more sustainable,
Okay.
while Fully solar-powered cars are still a bit futuristic.
Right.
We're seeing solar panels integrated into car roofs and hoods, extending the range of EVs and reducing the need for charging.
A step towards energy independence on the road. What about other forms of transportation? Can solar power take to the skies?
It already has. Solar-powered drones are being used for everything from aerial photography to package delivery. And researchers are exploring the potential of solar-powered airplanes for long-haul flights, aiming to reduce emissions and make air travel more sustainable.
Solar energy is literally taking flight.
It is.
It's remarkable to see its versatility. Beyond these larger scale applications, are there everyday uses of photovoltaics that are making a difference?
Absolutely. There are many. Think about portable solar chargers that power phones and tablets on the go, or solar-powered lanterns that bring light to communities without reliable access to electricity.
Providing clean, reliable energy to
Yeah.
everyone, everywhere.
That's the goal.
And the impact of photovoltaics extends beyond our daily lives, doesn't it?
It does.
It plays a role in scientific exploration and discovery.
It does. Solar panels are essential for powering spacecraft and satellites, enabling us to explore space and gather data about our planet.
It's amazing to think about solar panels powering a mission to Mars.
It's pretty incredible.
And here on Earth, solar-powered sensors are used to monitor everything from weather patterns to wildlife populations,
Yeah.
providing valuable data for scientists and researchers.
Right.
It sounds like photovoltaics is helping us to understand and protect our planet in new and innovative ways. It's a technology with such vast potential.
And we're only just beginning to tap into that potential. As research and development continue, we can anticipate even more creative and groundbreaking applications for photovoltaic materials in the years to come.
It's an exciting time to be witnessing this solar revolution, but amidst all the technological advancements, it's crucial to remember the human element driving it all.
Absolutely. Behind every innovation are dedicated individuals working towards a better future. Scientists, engineers, policymakers, entrepreneurs, investors, and everyday people who are choosing to embrace clean energy.
It's a collective effort,
It
a
is.
shared vision for a more sustainable world.
That's what makes this journey so inspiring.
As we wrap up our deep dive into photovoltaics, I want to leave our listeners with a sense of wonder and possibility.
We've explored the science, the technology, the applications, and the impact of solar energy. But this is just the beginning.
The future of photovoltaics is bright and the opportunities are limitless. Let's continue to explore, to innovate, and to work together to create a world powered by the sun.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration. We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, expanded your knowledge, and left you feeling optimistic about the future of solar energy.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those solar panels shining.